You know, in the past, the late season has been really good to us at Hallowed Ground Outdoors, and to me personally, it's been outstanding. I don't know if I would say that the late season is my favorite time to hunt because it can be absolutely brutal conditions, but I do think that it is one of the best times of the year for you to harvest a mature buck. It's cold, you're mentally, you're physically worn down, but you add all those elements together, you add that challenge, and to me, that is what makes being successful in the late season so rewarding.
The essence of who we are and the realities in which we stand are evidence of things unseen. And the individual frames of our life that exist between the beginning and the end are influenced with purpose. They are the shadows of the substance. They are the moments that are leading us to hallowed ground.
For us here in Iowa, our bow season actually shuts down for about 3 weeks in December for the Iowa shotgun seasons. The majority of the guys on our team primarily bow hunt, but when bow hunting isn't an option, it's just tradition to throw on the orange and pick up a shotgun.
So this year was a little different. First week in November, I'm usually in a tree stand in Iowa. This year I was mule deer hunting in Montana. Got a great mule deer, but it did end up that my bow season was a little shorter than normal. Come gun season, I was still sitting with an unfilled bow tag, but now I had a gun in my hand and got to sit next to my dad for a few days, booked gun hunting, so I said, book gun hunting. Let's do it again. Traditional time this time of year to get out with a gun and my father and spend some time together chasing whitetails. When gun season started, it was freezing cold. Opening morning, it was 8 below zero. We kept hunting hard and wasn't having a whole lot of luck, but we were getting towards the end of the season and we haven't seen the deer we wanted to shoot yet. And one day I picked up the binoculars and seen a buck bedded down. He was out of gun range, but we wanted to make a plan, so we got on the ground and started going towards the deer, just keeping large trees in between us and trying to get within gun range.
We were walking down, getting a spot for this afternoon, and we seen a deer hunched up here on the hill and kind of bedded down. We're just gonna kind of sneak and get a little bit closer to it.
So as I'm watching this deer, it's clear that it was wounded during gun season, possibly struck by a car. Something is wrong with this deer. It's skinny in the hips, it's kind of squinty-eyed, it's a mature deer and it's letting us walk in broad daylight right in front of it. Our mindset goes from hunting this deer to harvest it to an ethical decision that we need to put this deer down. It's just a humane and right thing to do.
Oh, that's something you don't like to see. A big old warrior that's injured. Obviously, a mature buck like that ain't gonna let us get that close to it, so anyway, it was a good way to end it. He needed to die, so I think it was a humane thing to do for us to take that deer, so I'm glad we shot him, but it's sad to see a good one go out that way.
Typically, I'm out there to put a mature buck on the wall, and this time it switched. To an ethical standpoint, you have a deer that's obviously suffering. I was happy to tag that deer and just feel a responsibility that we all have as hunters to do what's right and ethical.
This segment is brought to you by The Sportsman's Guide, the largest supplier of brand-named hunting gear at closeout prices. Everything from boots and clothing to tree stands and accessories. The Sportsman's Guide. Lowest prices, best quality, guaranteed.
I demand the best. In a game of inches, when the smallest of imperfections can mean the difference between success and failure, I feel confident knowing that every QAD Ultra Rest has been designed, manufactured, and assembled right here on American soil. With unparalleled precision and uncompromised quality, the Ultra Rest is more than a piece of equipment. It's part of who we are. I shoot the Ultra Rest, America's Rest, only by Quality Archery Designs.
Quiet Cat, a portable electric all-terrain vehicle of new stature, weighing a mere 100 pounds and producing 5 horsepower of torque and traveling 50 miles per charge. Quiet Cat is capable beyond its years. Hunt like a cat. We could put a stand in if the deer keep on slipping this gap right here.
You know, in a way, being successful in the late season almost requires a reset of your game plan. You gotta find the food. Deer are hungry, they need to eat to survive. This is where all that hard work that you put in during the off-season planting food plots really comes into effect. Late season is also a time where trail camera activity changes a little bit because gun season has pushed new deer onto the property. Deer's patterns are changed based on the food sources that they're hitting at that time. Our use of the Deer Lab software is huge. As the season wears on, you've got a limited time to fill your tag, and it's important that you're in the field in the right spot, making the most of every single sit.
It's so cold out today that the B-Tech's even starting to freeze up on us a little bit. It's about 18 degrees here. It's the first week of December. We're going to a farm that we haven't hunted in quite a while. Actually, it's been well over a month. And we're gonna try it out. We should have a ton of does coming through tonight. We've actually just checked cameras here a few days ago and got a number of good bucks out here. And so, I don't know, we haven't spent much time out here here lately, so it's a perfect time. Late season's always really good out here. Trying to give it a shot. Creek and come right into the plots, but I ended up hitting her high and was able to get another one in her, and she's done now. But that happened quick.
Yeah.
I can't see my breath because it just freezes in my lungs.
This episode of Hallowed Ground Outdoors is brought to you by Quality Archery Designs. Focus on the shot. We'll take care of the rest. Tinks, industry-leading lures and attractants. Non-typical wildlife solutions. Protect your plot with a hot zone deer exposure system. Night muzzleloaders. Power, style, safety, and accuracy. Hoyman's extendable premium tree saws. Evolved Harvest. Grow more groceries per acre. Lakewood Products. Extreme cases for the sportsman. Wild Game Innovations. Nutrition, attraction, action. Brought to you by Bloodsport Archery. 100% carbon, hand-sorted premium arrows.
You know, this late season in Northeast Iowa was absolutely brutal. I mean, sub-zero temperatures, wind chills below -30 on multiple days in a row. I mean, there were days that we were going out and our batteries literally would not even stay running. I mean, we'd turn on the camera, battery dead. Pull one out of the bag, battery dead. It was just an absolute grind. The last 3 weeks of seasons, it was morning sits, night sits, and it's just a matter of trying to stay warm and hoping the right deer was going to provide the right opportunity. I was looking to fill my muzzleloader tag, and one of the nice things about Iowa is you can fill your muzzleloader tag with your bow. So quite a few hunts, we were packing the Blaze Orange, carrying the bow and the night muzzleloader. If something came within range, shoot it with the bow. If it stepped out a little bit too far, pick up the night and let it bark.
Freezing cold when I get out of here. I'm dreading touching these muddy stands with my bare fingers. It's gonna be brutal.
Temperatures got colder, snow got deeper, and it was just getting down to the wire. I got a call from Kurt Headington, who's the co-owner of Anthem Custom Strings, and he's got an awesome late season setup. He was chasing a stud buck, and he said we could come over there, have a couple sits with him, and either film him shooting something or maybe get a crack at a nice buck of our own. At this point in the season, I was definitely not going to turn down an opportunity to sit in a box blind for a few sits. You know, I enjoy muzzleloader hunting more and more every single year. There's just something about having the opportunity to extend my range a little bit, but still have that pressure of needing to make it happen with one shot that I just really enjoy. This year I started to shoot the Mountaineer muzzleloader by Night Rifles, which I could not be more pleased with. The Mountaineer continues the tradition known by many to be the finest, safest, and most accurate black powder rifle ever made. I do a lot of late season gun hunting when it's snowing, it's raining, it's freezing, and I need to make sure that my gun is gonna work when I need it to. Being 100% American made and manufactured from the smallest screw to the stock to the barrel, I know that I can rely on my Mountaineer because its quality and its craftsmanship are second to none. From their laminate stocks and the Dynatech's superior corrosion protection to their full plastic jacket Jacket technology, which is their 100% rainproof, snowproof, and humidity-proof primer system. I know my Mountaineer is going to hold up to the elements and work when I need it to. If you're like me, accuracy is probably the most important feature, and that is where the Knight Mountaineer really separates itself from the competition. It all starts with an Easton carbon core ramrod fitted with a reverse threaded solid brass jag that extends out to help safely and firmly seat your bullet. The 27-inch fluted Green Mountain muzzleloader barrel catches the eye immediately, while at the same time providing accuracy with its handcrafted design. Each barrel has been treated with a ceramic basted bore coating. What this does is it adds increased velocity and reduces the need to swab in between shots. You know, you can look at the specs all you want, but what I really appreciate is when a company puts their money where their mouth is. And that's something that Knight does with their accuracy guarantee. They guarantee that every Mountaineer muzzleloader will give you 4-inch, 3-shot groups at 200 yards. Whether it's a 45, a 50, a 52 caliber, whether it's a straight stock or a thumbhole stock, Knight has you covered. Power, style, safety, accuracy, that's exactly what you can expect with every Mountaineer rifle by Knight.
Outdoors is brought to you by Dave Smith Decoys, the highest quality decoys on the market, made in the USA.
We actually ended up hunting with Kurt for about a week and a half, and every single night out, it felt like it could happen, but for one reason or another, it just wasn't coming together. On the second to last night of the season, I get a call from Kurt, and he said every single buck that we'd been seeing, including the one that he was gunning for, came out in the field half-racked or with both sides already gone. So we were kind of going into that last day thinking, what in the world do we do? I mean, we had kind of lost tabs on what was actually happening on our property. So we just went back to the basics, went back to the food plots that we were hoping that they would hit, and we're just praying that we might get it done on the last night. Before we even have the camera set up, look across the field, here comes one of our shooters, only one side. No footage of him at all. It was like getting kicked in the guts, but we were set up, we were gonna see how it played out, and before long, deer started funneling into the field. Of course, there's not a buck in the whole entire field, and eventually one of the does started to make her way into bow range, and I was gonna fill at least one of my tags. The night wore on, deer started to funnel back into the field, and it was getting down to the wire, and I had that Knight muzzleloader sitting behind me, and John and I were talking, and the next doe that was gonna get within muzzleloader range, I was gonna end my season on.
Mate. Good. Yep.
That's it.
Just ended the season here in Iowa with a double. There's 2 less does, and there should be some shooters for next year, so we're gonna get down, get our does. I feel like some back straps to end the season for sure. You know, so many times you end a season, and if you you don't kill something, you're disappointed. And to be honest, I was frustrated up to this point. And even walking out here tonight, I thought we were just wasting our time. But you think about what really matters, and I'm sure I've got a wife and kids at home who are looking forward to seeing their dad a little bit more. And you think about how much we traveled this year, how many times we climbed up and down tree stands, and just to be able to go home and have a tag filled, whether you fill a tag or not, just to be able to go home safe every single season and just be able to be outside and enjoy nights like this is a blessing. So cherry on the top are do know in the field that we can drive a tractor too, so that closes out a long, hard, stinking Iowa season.
As hunters, we sacrifice a lot, and our families sacrifice a lot to have husbands and fathers who hunt. And as a team, collectively, I think you look back at this season, and we had an awesome year as a team. I don't know how many more seasons the Lord is going to bless us with, but I do know that if He allows it, you know exactly where we're going to be come opening day next year.
To an old oak tree and an old deer stand. It's a place where I've seen my maker.
Kentucky cold and Iowa cold are two very different things. Kentucky cold is a wind chill of 20, right now the wind chill's like 30. And I'm wearing footy socks.
I am standing on this hallowed ground where I was born.
Gotta shut your phone off.
Wasn't quite white. My gosh. Wasn't quite. I can't even crate. Was wounded. Something wasn't quite right. My Lord, help me with this.
Closed captioning is provided by the all-new Ameristep Crush Enforcer, featuring the patented Lightspeed single hub frame, making setup and takedown quick and easy. The all-new Ameristep Crush Enforcer.